Hello, welcome back to Steve's Corner. Fall is here. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. The weather has turned. I do believe it's gonna be an early fall. Somebody had asked me that here a couple weeks ago. But the leaves are turning, the dogwoods are starting to turn around here. Getting a little bit of a red tinge to them, you know. And I don't know how well you can see this tree I got up here. It always blooms right up yonder. See, there ain't hardly no leaves on it. I always say it's a maple tree. Be honest with you, man, it might be a poplar because there's a tulip poplar right over in the corner over yonder. So it might be a poplar too. But I always call it a maple. But it always drops its leaves early every year. But this year I think it's earlier than it has been. I'm gonna start calling that my my garden tree every time. But whenever it starts dropping its leaves, I'm always ready to get rid of my garden. It seems like they happen about the same time of the year. I mean, put a garden in March, April maybe, depending on the year and how the weather and stuff. So I mean, I'm gardening about 7-8 months a year, and I'm kind of tired of it by the end. And then towards the end, I don't do squat anyways. I just go out there and pick the leftovers and pull it up. But I got to put my collards in anyway, so I'll go ahead and get on that sometime later this week. But school took up last week here. We got some places around here go all year, and I think I'd hate that. I don't think that's right. They take away that summer break. Not only are they taking it away from the kid, but they're taking it away from the family, you know. I just don't think that's right. They get like 4 weeks in between semesters or some bull like that, and then they come back to school and they get another 4 weeks and they go back to school, and something like that's how they work. It's just across the river over in Hopewell they do it like that. They talked about it here in Chesterfield, but so far they ain't done it. But and high school football starts this weekend. I can't wait, man. Our local team is playing an away game, so I probably won't go. I might cross the river over to Hopewell and catch that one. I don't know. But next weekend is they're playing our arch rival, our crosstown rival. We used to always play them at the end of the year, last game of the year when I played with them. And they called it the Battle of Chester. Lloyd C. Bird and Thomas Dale. So I played on the first team. I actually didn't lose to them because it's a startup school. It's not new now. It's probably, geez, I guess it's got to be at least 40 years old or better. But the first couple years they were at school, they stomped us. I mean, they had a good team, had a great coach, but man, they stomped us. And so I played on the first team that didn't lose to them. We tied them 0-0, but the next year we beat them. So, but school's taken in. My daughter had to go back. She was dreading that first day, Doc. I felt bad for her, but I was glad I didn't have to go back. So, but when it would, well, it's going to be a busy fall. Fall is a busy time of year for me. Getting ready for the winter time, you know, putting up the lawn furniture, kicking the garden to the curb, putting it to sleep for the year, getting the leaves up, you know, getting ready for the holidays. Man, it won't be long, man. We'll be talking about Christmas. So it's a busy time of year. Try to get some stuff knocked out that I wanted to. Hopefully, I want to get that daggone wheelbarrow. That's a 3-year project sitting waiting on me. All I got to do is put a handle on it. I just ain't never got time to. I got plenty of time, but just don't have the desire. And I wanted to tackle that daggone, that single plow I got over there, that old horse-drawn plow. I just ain't got a chance to get to that this year. I just had so much. It's been a disruptive year. Mama dying like she did. And I had to take care of all that. And then I hurt my back, so that put me out for commission for a couple of weeks. So it wasn't the year I was expecting it to be. I didn't get to my first trip anywhere as far as going to that museum, that tractor museum, or down to Violet Bank, or the capital of Confederacy there in Richmond. I wanted to go to Hollywood Cemetery too. I might go in the fall. It'd be pretty. They got a lot of, I think there's 2 presidents there. There's Chief Justice was there. They got Jeff Davis is buried there. They got a bunch of Civil War soldiers buried there. A lot of prominent people in the city of Richmond are buried there. And it's right on a bluff overlooking the James River. It's a pretty place for it to be a cemetery. My son went last year. Him and a buddy of his went over there and toured it. So, but I ain't much for going to Richmond. I ain't going up there without the baby. She'll have to help me navigate. But I got time left. Maybe I'll do some cruising and hit a couple of them places, because a lot of them's close by. Another one I want to go to is Chesterfield County. That museum up there, talking about the history of the county. It's pretty amazing history. You think about it. Well, the county's been here a long time. So, and then they got the original jail over there from like 1870 or something like that. So they just shut it down in what, 1960s or something. It was open about 100 years, and then they shut it down. So, but I can't wait for football to start. And I watched a couple of them college games this past weekend. And pro season ought to be starting up too. They just finished the last preseason, which, by the way, the Packers won. Without their quarterback too. That's amazing. So we'll see. I don't know how well they'll do. And I would like to get to see a ball game this year in person. I was asking the baby about it the other night. She said she thinks she might want to go to Tennessee, and I think I'd like that too. I just like to hear all them people sing Rocky Top, to tell you the truth. I think I'd just get chill bumps and run up my arms to do that. But we'll probably make it down to East Carolina too. I'd like to go down there one time. I hadn't been down there in a couple of years, watch them play. So, but anyways, man, that's all that's been happening on the corner. Been busy as heck, and it's going to get busier from here to Thanksgiving is the day I quit. From Thanksgiving to about February is when I start thinking about the garden, and then in March is when I start acting on it. But yeah, Thanksgiving to February, then I'll kind of go into hibernation like a big old bear or something. But it won't be long. I have to be breaking out my long sleeve shirts. I'm supposed to get down in the 50s every night this week. You go from 95 and 70% humidity down to 75 for the daylight highs, man. I mean, and it like the freezes me. I ain't gonna lie to you. I have to come outside to warm up, and it's just as cool out here as it is in the house. But hey, man, y'all take care of yourselves, man. I appreciate you killing a few minutes with me, and we'll talk with y'all later.